Happy Pride, girl.
Happy Pride, girl.
Yo.
Yes. This is me coming out uncovered dish. If you didn't already know, could you imagine?
As a proud fan owner.
As a proud fan owner and nail haver.
Yes. Oh, girl, I love those nails. Let's have a stand. Let's give them a spin.
Thank you.
Oh God, what's happening?
Guess what? They're not your average plastic press-ons because they're plastic that I then painted with nail polish. Deluxe.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Were they the same color and you just didn't want like the exact, like were you adjusting the color?
Yeah, so they were red, which I kind of love when you buy the color that you want them to be so that they show on the back too. It's kind of fun. But the color, these are like cheap, nasty plastic nails. And were in this really ugly tomato red color. It was like kind of faded and just, it looks terrible. But I popped on a little Sally Hansen red carpet on top of that with a single top coat, and now she's ready for the gala.
Yo, girl, and you have been galaying all over the Midwest. So,
I've
first of all,
galaed.
cheers, queers. Happy Pride.
Cheers. Oh my God. Cheers to the queers. And away with our fears.
But I must know.
Yeah.
How was your Pride kickoff weekend?
Oh my God, girl. Are you familiar with the expression rode hard and put away wet?
I am.
Now, my gay ass, I thought that was about dildos this whole time. I'm not kidding.
I think it's about horses, isn't it?
It is about horses, yes. But this is kind of funny when you like trip and fall into something that is actually not gutter.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It should be about dildos. And maybe this month it is.
You know what? Thank you. I think this is the Pride takeover that really we've all needed.
Yeah, we do take everything, don't we?
Yeah, right. Yeah. No space for anyone else.
Not this month.
Not this month, baby. Move, I'm gay. It's giving hashtag move, I'm gay.
Oh, I love those videos.
Me too. So, yeah. Girl, the galas were galaing. And
excellent. You were gowning.
I was gowning, yes.
Hard.
You can check Instagram for the details. But we had a lovely fundraiser for our major donor society, Equality Ohio, at a lovely couple's home in Bexley. And Jim was there, Jim Bergefell.
Little shanty town.
Yes, and it was really exciting. We had like members join on the spot, including one of our top fans, Joseph Wanger.
What?
Yeah, once and forever.
I love that. Oh my God, the Wangers.
Yeah,
love
it was
that
so
for
sweet.
y'all.
And then there was the Columbus HRC dinner, which the keynote speech was really great this year. It was like no bullshit. Like we are under attack, and it was so inspiring, honestly.
I feel like HRC really had like their reckoning in the 90s, early 2000s, and I have been loving what they've been doing. If I could be honest, I think I really like their focus on trans justice and like intersectional Black trans justice. And look, they're not the HRC we grew up with, and I think like that's, you know what I mean, like, and look, also like they take money from weapons manufacturers, and people are like, they take money from weapons manufacturers. I'm like, all nonprofits do. Yeah. Like, what is our plan?
Right.
The weapons manufacturers have all of the monies.
Yes. I mean, like. Right. Nonprofits, we think that they're inherently like, you know, better in all the ways than the for-profit sector, but like go look up a book about the nonprofit industrial complex and you will read all of the problematic
we're all
stuff.
Trying to figure it out, and it's like, instead of blaming this one little organization for taking a 10K check, can we like actually have a fucking conversation? That's the thing.
In the grand scheme of things, it's not the power, it's not the wealth hoarding of like, you know, the less than 1% at the top. You know what I mean? It's not even in the same, like, I was gonna say baseball diamond. That is not gay of me.
Well, that is not gay of you, and it's Pride Month, so you can't say it. But it's also like right, you know, or like, what is it, like, right is the enemy of perfect? Like, I'm like, also like, one of the challenges we have always on the left is we're always looking for the perfect whatever, the perfect cause, the perfect candidate, the perfect this, the perfect that. And it's like, that doesn't fucking exist. And we just have to knuckle the fuck down. I can say that, I'm a lesbian. And get our shit together.
Oh my God, Matt's watching again this week. Oh my God. Regular viewer, friend of the pod. Matt's in the chat.
So you watching from the bath?
I hope so. Matt, please tell us you're in the bath again this week. I would love
my
that to
God.
be your new Tuesday night like routine, is to put on a couple angry millennial ladies from the bubble bath.
From a bubble bath.
From a bubble bath.
From a bubble bath.
Matt says
I
happy
love it.
pride and then says softball diamond haha. Also, according to my streaming platform, which like literally, Matt, you have to know, we think very highly of ourselves, but we have less than 100 subscribers. You now have a crown icon with a number 1 next to it because you are literally the only person who comments live. And you know what?
God,
I want to
Matt.
celebrate that.
Yes! Oh, you got a fan clack to do. I love that for you.
Yeah.
Matt is a super fan. Matt will be joining me hopefully in Columbus. So if y'all want to meet Matt in July, please stay tuned.
I'm at the front of the line. I want to meet Matt because Matt seems fabulous.
Yeah.
Matt says
Matt
hopping
is
in
fun.
soon, pouring a glass of Pinot Noir.
Oh, yes. And he's on brand.
Yes.
We love it. I'm doing a French Pinot tonight.
Fab.
Yeah, you can see the color.
Yeah, give the influencer. Yep. Let it focus. Find your light. Yep. What were we just talking about? We were talking about.
Who cares?
No.
No.
I was gonna say about HRC and like holding nonprofits to impossibly high standards. Not to talk about Miss Major's book for the 3rd week in a row, but I think we should. She had some pretty harsh words for HRC, and she was like, what can HRC do to like get my forgiveness? And she was like, nothing. And I was like, you know what? That's sometimes you just gotta cut ties, and I don't blame her for that at all.
Right. Well, and like, so I'm sure it's not facts. So I just want to start with, I don't think this is true.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I saw like some like white lady woo-woo Instagram that was like pretty much your cells regenerate like every 7 years.
Yeah.
And like, so technically every 7 years you're a new person. And I'm like, where do we give organizations grace to grow? Because we give candidates, we used to give candidates space to grow. Like,
right.
People turn down, to change their mind on gay marriage. You have to be able to change your mind on shit. And if we don't make space for organizations to grow and evolve, like, I don't know, like, yeah, I know that the executive director of HRC in the 90s was probably like the same guy who was like, oh my God, we can't change the rainbow colors.
Right.
I worked so hard for these.
Right.
And it's like, oh, did you? And they're like, I lived through the AIDS epidemic. And then you like actually do a biosearch, and it's like, you were in the closet at Yale. Like, you didn't actually live through shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, and that's fine.
Oh my God.
Not whatever.
Clock
you know what
the
I mean?
spook, girl.
Oh my God. So I'm just like, I get so frustrated because it's like, there is a generation, and that generation exists in every community of curmudgeons who don't want to move forward.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to stop taking their money to move forward.
Well, look at for all you people in Columbus, Ohio. Sorry, Matt. But for all you people who were around in 2017 for the Stonewall Columbus fallout, when the Black Pride 4 protesters wanted to have a couple moments of silence for police brutality, and they were arrested very violently, and the response was not great. But it's been, how many years has it been since 2017? 8?
Wow. 9.
Oh my God, it's been 9. It's been 9 years. I think they've done so much great work since then, and I love a growth arc for people, for organizations like that. That is the only way forward, because the right is, they don't always have the same cast of characters because they'll cut people out, but it's like they are like consistent. They show up, they have the same message, and it's like, we have to find a way to sort of like acknowledge that we don't agree on all the details in movement, but still work together.
They're loyal as fuck. It's like,
totally.
That is what, and it's just like, I understand there's no nuance and there's no critical thought, so I'm not saying it's great, but like, what? Like, this can't be how we move forward. And I actually got pushback once from a friend of mine who was like, I can't believe you're going to the HRC South Florida dinner. And I was like, I don't understand. Why? Like, what?
Yeah,
and
tell me
like,
why.
she sent me some fucking TikTok, and it was like one random guy who had the background at HRC and was like, they took money from this company. Can you believe it? And I was like, what year is this? How much? Where did you get this information? Like, and again, what drives me crazy about social media, particularly in TikTok, is like, our little hamster brains are like, it's a video, it has to be true. And I'm like, it really doesn't have to fucking be true. And you have to trust but verify, especially when it comes to that. Because a lot of the nonprofits are doing what they can to stay as conscious as possible while also keep the lights on.
Yeah. Can I veer into a slightly lighter topic, but related to the 7-year rule?
Absolutely not. I'm kidding.
Absolutely not.
Do
I
we get a
was the
flat
one too.
fan flag?
When we had our planning call on Sunday, I was also the one who was like, "We're gonna be militant as fuck on this week's covered dish." Oh, listen, stick with us, folks. So my lighter topic was another 7-year rule, which I think you and I have talked about before, but I don't know if we talked about in the dish, which is my theory about performer generations is that they last 7 years. So every 7 years, you get an entirely new generation, like people who are drag children and parents. And like, if you go 2 generations, which I started performing in 2011, so do the math. If you go 2 generations down, you'll find yourself backstage with a bunch of people in their early 20s and being like, I don't know who any of you are, and I'm so sorry. But does anyone have a Motrin because my back hurts?
And a Tums.
Yeah. A Tums, a Motrin. No, I will not have another espresso martini. I have to sleep after this.
I actually have been ordering decaf espresso martinis all night because I'll die. Matt knows. I do. Matt is my espresso martini boo-boo. And let me tell you what, when we were in Atlantic City, he did like 4 espresso martinis and went to bed. And I was like, I don't understand how your body works.
Some people have a magic resistance to caffeine that I wish I had, frankly. But also, can I tell you, decaf espresso martini is like the best band name I've ever heard.
Oh, thank you. You know who makes a great martini in Columbus, Ohio? What's it called? The Cure?
Oh, Cure's great.
Cocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cure,
cocktails.
to our less than 100
Yes,
subscribers.
absolutely.
But listen, they're amazing.
Yeah, but they're like an incredible space for like Black art and queer art, and they're just a really incredible space. So
yeah, I heard there was like a burlesque show that manifested there recently, and I really want to know more about that.
Oh, I love that for them. They were in the running for the best martini in Columbus.
Ooh, I want to vote for them.
I know. We're gonna do our own. Matt and I are gonna do our own personal martini trail through Columbus, Ohio, in July, and with extra special guest co-host Eileen Galvin. So if y'all want to meet up with us, let us know.
Meanwhile, you guys will be reviewing martinis, and I'll be like the person next to you who's like very staunchly ordering a Manhattan. You're
right,
like,
and like taking notes.
You're like, Eileen, you said you were going to join us on this, and I was like, I am.
All right, girl. Pride dish. Most ridiculously gay thing that ever happened to you at Pride.
Listen, there's a lot of gay stuff that happens at Pride, so that is very hard to whittle down. However, I remember one year I was at local landmark, South Bend Tavern.
Oh, okay, wait, you can't just leave that. Okay, so carpeted floors.
Carpeted walls. Just imagine carpet everywhere.
Carpet.
Yeah.
Dive, gay bar, terrifying.
Yeah.
Never well lit.
Well, okay, terrifying might be a little bit... Okay, I mean, maybe you're right, but it's the kind of place, it's kind of near a bar. South Bend, I love you, okay? So this is like a friendly read, this is friendly shade. South Bend's the kind of place where you'll show up and someone from down the street who's a local regular brought in a crock pot from home full of Swedish meatballs, and they're just giving them out for free. And
yeah, because that's how everyone's going to survive that night.
Symbolically, that is very sweet.
It is very sweet.
Realistically, I'm not eating food that was in a public space that was not vetted by some kind of, like, you know what I mean? Some kind of, like...
governing body.
Exactly.
Well, Cabin Irish Pub is, like, a Sunday night, like, potluck, and they do, like, hot dogs and hamburgers, and then, like, people can bring their own thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I fucking love it, because, like, we don't talk about the intersections of our community that struggle with so many things, and capitalism is really hard, and I kind of love the community aspect of it, and I think that's part of what's gone at the gay bars.
Yeah.
Okay, too heavy. Back to South Bend.
No, it's not too heavy. I just like there is like this kind of like collective erosion of third spaces, and we're grappling with it even in queer communities where I would argue historically we have like been really effective because we've had to be at like building our own community spaces. But the pandemic's broken everything. So if there's a lesson tonight, dear viewers, it's that we need to like all find a way back into community with each other in person and not on the internet. But putting that aside, one of the gayest things that happened to me, I was at South Bend and it was like a really, really long night. Okay, like I'm pretty sure I had 2 shows and then ended up at South Bend, and
Oh, girl.
I'm in the 8-hour drag where the eyelashes are over here and you're just still yeah, and you're just like still like woo, you know. And I was in line. I was in the
You
longest
just
line
look
in the
like
world.
Ed the hyena from The Lion King. Like you're just tongue out. Like
Yeah. I was in the line for the longest time, and of course, Brooke, you know very well that wherever I am, much to my own, you know, hazard, I will order a Manhattan. And it's probably not a good idea to order a Manhattan at a place like South Bend because they might not know what it is, and they might make you what they think is a Manhattan, but it's something else.
yes.
So I finally got up to the front of the line to those little like pool ladder stainless steel handles. You know what I mean? Like pulling myself out of the crowd to order a drink.
Fucking love it.
And I was like, "Hello." I had a fan, as you can imagine. I said, "Hello. I'm so thrilled to be here finally. I would love a Manhattan, please and thank you. Could you give it to me with bourbon and not rye, and I would like it up in a cocktail glass." And they said, "So, we have some adjustments. We have some adjustments to make. One, we don't have glass, we have plastic. So we're going to make it to you in a plastic cup." I was like,
"Oh, girl.
Okay. I mean, we're here, right?
You're a woman of the people.
Woman
of the people.
Woman of the people.
You're
I was
one
like,
of the people.
We're here in the room. Like, I'm gonna get the drink, right? And then they say, "Here's the other thing. We don't have vermouth, but I can still make you a Manhattan." And I said, "I hate to tell you this, but you in fact cannot make me a Manhattan. You can make me a bourbon with bitters because you don't have vermouth. It's not a Manhattan, right?" So I said, "I would like a bourbon and bitters in a plastic cup." And they gave me a bourbon and bitters because I'm way too stubborn for my own good. And then they came
I
with a drink.
love a bourbon and bitters.
Yeah, no, it's nice, but it's not a Manhattan.
No, it's definitely not. So I make a mean drink for my partner, and she loves it. And I'm sure it's a real drink, but I made it up. So my partner is not much of a partier or a drinker. So when she wants a drink, it's like I get excited because I get to like make it. And I'm not a bartender at all, at all, at all. You know that. So I made up this drink, and it is bourbon, Tupelo honey, and Tupelo is like the only honey that when like diabetics have it, it like doesn't spike your blood sugar. So there's something about the Tupelo like tree that for some reason it's just a higher quality. It's like a complex sugar.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's Tupelo honey, bourbon, lime. I'm sorry, not lime, lemon, but just the rinds on the rim, and then in the glass, just the thin rind.
Yeah.
And a couple dashes of bitters.
That sounds pretty good.
She like if she's like a little under the weather, but not a lot, I make it for her, and that's why I call it a penicillin, because it has like the good honey and a little bourbon and kind of like, you know. Anyways, so yeah. I'm super in love and annoying, but also my pride story is much shorter, and that's when I ran into my ex rolling on Molly at Columbus Pride with a funnel cake with the girl she cheated on me with, who she ultimately married.
Wow. And how did the interaction go? Give us a play-by-play.
I mean, here was the problem. Not well, because she was rolling and I didn't know, which is actually the story of our relationship. Oh. One time, oh my God, we went to Buffalo. We went to my hometown. She flew up. I think it was a surprise. I don't know what was it. Anyways, she went to see the Robin concert the night before in New York.
Oh, like Swedish Robin?
Yes.
Oh,
the only Robin that matters.
The only Robin that matters, right.
And she flew to Buffalo to like meet my family for the first time and was still rolling from the Robin concert.
Oh my God. Wow.
And my favorite part of the story is her first name was Tanisha. And we were at dinner, and I don't want to give away her last name because then you could Google her, Matt. Oh
my God.
Text me.
He says, "Brooke, is that what prompted the shaved head, barefoot photo shoot at the train station?"
I did shave
Brutal.
my head when I was with Tanisha. It was so awkward because she'd like shave my head for me. So I'd like stand naked in the bathtub and she'd just like shave my head. It was so weird.
Oh wow.
Anyways, I look great with a shaved head, Matt. You're lucky. All I have to say is y'all are lucky. Eileen had to live through that.
Matt, can you join us on every episode? Because I need some more texture to some of the stories I've heard before that, like, maybe have been slightly edited.
So, anyways, oh my God, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, okay. So she flew in, and my mom, like, obviously my parents are from a generation, and Buffalo's extremely, like, segregated and old school, and my family's very white. Yeah. And my mom pulls me aside at dinner. And we're like an hour in, and she's like, well, you could have told me she was black. And I was like, Mom, I told you her name was Tanisha, and I'm not trying to make sure you leap to conclusions, but I also did not think I needed to do that.
Mm-hmm. Which now you know that you absolutely did, for her sake, you know, for Tanisha's sake.
I absolutely did. And she was absolutely fine. She was rolling. But we ultimately didn't work out. And it wasn't the cheating. It was actually, well, it was the cheating.
I was going to say... That something really bad must have happened.
I brought her to one of my best friend's weddings, and she tried to score drugs from the underage maid of honor.
Wow.
And or sleep with her. I don't really remember the details. But anyways, can we talk about how cute queer baby Brooke was, though, really quickly? Yeah. I woke up multiple times in the middle of the night to Tanisha texting this woman, and I'd be like, oh my God, what are you doing? And she'd be like, oh, I'm just working.
But you saw it?
Yeah.
Oh no, girl, listen, it is a hard journey being any kind of flavor of queer person in a world where you just feel like you're always taking up too much space. Mm-hmm. And then this even, like, it plays out in the dynamics that we have in our own queer relationships. Like, it's such a mind fuck. It really is.
I know. It's so hard.
Yeah, so let's you know, I want to sprinkle this episode with some some takeaways, you know what I mean?
Oh, I love that. Give us a takeaway, girl.
I feel like a takeaway for me is that if you are able to survive as a queer person in this world, you are like one of the strongest people alive, and you can take up exactly as much fucking space as you need to or want to at any moment. Period, point blank. Just do it. Put on that gown. I love that. Put in that gown and go to Giant Eagle. You know what I mean? Show up to that family reunion. Girl, one of the gayest things I did at Pride, my high school 10-year reunion was on Pride weekend because they did not think that through for the gays. They sure didn't. And I showed up and I did an unscheduled burlesque performance in front of my high school graduating class 10 years later.
I love this.
My best friend from high school, the first one I came out to, shout out to Jeff Myers. We had a conversation like 2 days before and we were like, haha, wouldn't that be funny if you got on stage and did unscheduled burlesque? And Jeff was like, no, you should do that. And then I did it, and it was fabulous.
I'm obsessed. Did you make tips?
No. Are you kidding? Everyone was, like, frozen. They didn't know what to do. But most of those poor little straight souls from Hilliard, Ohio, they'd probably never even been to a drag show before. They didn't know what to do.
Girl, they're sad lives.
God, they were so lucky I had them to guide them.
Yeah, it's true.
They had damn it.
Blessed.
I was trying to quote Regina George, and I fucked it up.
That's okay. I feel like I got it. And also, you know, it's Pride Month. You can do whatever you want. Fan clack.
Thank you. Oh.
I would like to put it out in the universe that I would like a fan. I'm going to go fan shopping, so I'm prepared. But I'm specifically not going to use it during Pride Month. And then July, Uncovered Dish is going to be my month for a fan clack. Matt, I want to do our organization, because Matt and I run an organization on the side.
Yeah, oh my God.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
Yes, I can picture it, and you absolutely should. I just got fans that have, my, my logo at the college that I work for. And here's the thing. I was asking for permission on the design. I went to marketing, and I was like, can you approve this design? But I may or may not have bought the fans already. Because I was like...
Oh my God. We need your link for fans. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah. Well, I like to go to Daft Boy. This is totally unpaid. This is like, unpaid
Matt,
sponsorship.
Go to it. Okay.
But go to daftboy.com and they have like the custom design app that's very similar to like if you make t-shirts on custom ink, that kind of thing.
Right.
It's so easy.
I love that.
And you can go into Canva, free account, design your little thing, because they have like, you know, you can put it together but it's
Yeah,
harder.
no.
So just make your design beforehand and then drop it into the fan app, and like you're good to go.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so amazing.
I got the hookup girl, because listen, Matt, this part is for you, because Brooke and I may or may not have just had this conversation like an hour ago when we were getting ready to do the dish. But I feel like another Pride takeaway for me is that everyone loves a clack fan. Like everyone loses their shit for a clack fan.
No, remember when you had that show and the guy wouldn't stop clacking?
Oh my God. That was probably the gayest.
Was that Cover Dish Live?
That was no. No, that wasn't our show, because I would have been a lot more.
No, I don't think it was, but I was in the audience with your parents.
I would have been even. Were you really?
Yeah, I remember.
Wow. I would have been even more of a bitch about it if it had been at our show. But,
oh my God, that was terrible.
You know, I think in hindsight, the one thing that I probably didn't consider is that fan clacking is regional. Like, there are different cultures of social etiquette with fan clacking.
Yeah, but he was like a middle-aged white KPMG VP.
He was senior VP at JP Morgan Chase. He was clacking like every other second while the host was just talking. It wasn't even like applause during a number. He was just like clacking because he was bored.
He was like a kid with a baby bottle, like just, or a baby rattle, like just like.
I was like, is this the first clack fan you've ever owned? And it was too much. So I went up and I said, hey, I'm so glad you're here. It seems like you're having a great time. But when you clack the fan that often, it kind of makes it about you instead of the performers. He did not react well to that feedback, by the way.
Which is like the most gentle thing. Like if I was on the mic, I would have just been like, oh my God, is this your first time at a gay bar? And you'd have been like, oh my God, no, I've been gay. And I've been like, no one cares. Stop clacking your fans so much or I'm going to ask you to leave. Anyways, our next performer.
Yeah. So he was like, oh, thank you so much for telling me. And then when I turned away, he like aggressively clacked after me. So then at the end of the show, he was saying like, he was like meeting and greeting with one of my friends who was also on the cast. And I was like, you know, I like worked my way toward him through the crowd and I gently put my hand on his shoulder. And of course he saw me and like tensed up. And I was like, I just want to say thank you again so much for coming to the show. And I hope you had a great time. And he was like, you were rude to me. And I said, oh, how was I rude to you? And he said, you told me I was clacking my fan too loud. And I was like, I just wanted to help you out because you're going to have this same experience in every other interaction you have. And like, I just figured I should be the one to tell you. And after that, he did soften a little bit.
Also, like, you weren't rude to him.
No. That's why I didn't say I'm sorry.
You weren't fucking rude to him.
Yeah. That's what we like to call a teachable moment.
Teachable moment. Love it, girl.
Teachable moment.
I don't know why I'm dressed like a Sith Lord tonight with giant hoops, but I'm in a space. I love it. I have an alarm set for 4:45, so I have to fly to New York.
Wow.
Oops. She has to fly to New York.
Oops. Oh my gosh, your eyes look so good on that lighting. It is kind of giving Sith Lord, but like make it sexy. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Is that Empress Palpatine?
Palpatina.
Palpatina. Please welcome to the stage.
Girl.
Empress Palpatina.
She is giving and taking your life.
Could you imagine, though, if you did, like, a scene on the monitor behind you, and it's, like, Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars, and then it's, like, they just see your silhouette in the black cloak, and then when you turn around, it's just cunt.
Yes, I love that. Well, I'm actually kind of in the perfect outfit for this. So I'm in, like,
hello!
And my little jeans.
Girl, put those abs away. We're gonna get demonetized. Awooga!
What did you call them last time?
I don't even remember. Hold on, dish cam.
Hold on, I gotta. No, don't dish cam my abs.
If you think you're gonna get this sexy and I'm not gonna dish cam you, you have another thing coming. Listen.
You're fucking hilarious.
Listen. And that's, you know what? And that's showbiz.
He works hard for the money. All right, I love you, girl. Happy Pride. Any closing prideful remarks? I Can't imagine we have too many more besides what we said. Just kidding, we have more.
Oh, yeah, stick with us. We'll be here.
But
Like, we have so much to say. There's a reason we cut ourselves off after half an hour, if you didn't realize.
yeah, we used to do it way longer.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I think the biggest takeaway for me that we haven't already talked about is like, hey, there's a lot of safety concerns out there, and like the government, like people who have power, and even people who don't have power, are like trying to make us feel scared about going outside. And I'm so sad that like I know some people who like they don't even want to go to the grocery store. You know what I mean?
I know.
So
it's real.
I'm just here to tell you that your safety concerns are real and valid. But for me personally, like that meteor could hit tomorrow and I'll be like, I've had a good run. Do I want to spend the rest of my time inside or do I want to go out and wiggle? And I think you know the answer to your viewers. I don't need to answer that question for you.
In 50 years, all of us are going to be worm food. Go have some fucking fun. Be safe and happy Pride.
Oh my god, yeah, like New Orleans is gonna be underwater.
Do we either of us live in New Orleans?
No, I read a thing. Anyway, yeah, go outside, have some fun.
Fucking Grim Reaper over here.
Yeah.
Take care of yourselves and one another. We love you all. We'll see you next week on
Cover Dios. Bye, babies.
Very Jennifer Coolidge.